Let's calculate the student's weighted mean grade point score. So when do we use weighted average? Somebody may ask, why do we have to use weighted average in calculating the mean grade point score? Weighted average is used when we consider some data values to be more important than other values. And so we want to count them, or we count them to contribute more to the final average. So there are two methods when calculating weighted averages. We have the method of count and we have the method of percentages. So if you are given percentages, then you have to use the method of percentage, method of percentages. If you are given values or numbers, okay, so anything other than percentages, you have to use the method of count. And one application of the method of count is when calculating a student's GPA. And I have this formula right here for the method of count. So you take the value and you multiply by their respective count. And one thing you always have to remember is that whatever you are calculating the average on becomes your value or the point. And you always want to summarize the information in a table, okay? That makes it really handy. So I always create 3 columns. So under the first column, I have the credit hours, which is the count. And under the grade point, I have that as a value. And in this formula, we are told that you take the value and you multiply by their respective count. So how you calculate your total quality points is by multiplying the credit hours by their respective grade point. So now back to the question. A student received the following grades with A worth 4 points. So if you score an A, that is 4 points. B is 3 points. C is 2 points. D is 1 point. And the student had a B in 3 2-credit classes. So you have 2, 2, 2. And in each of these 3 2-credit classes, the student scored a B. Okay, and a B is worth 3 points. Then the student had an A in a 1-3-credit class. So with a 1-3-credit class, the student had an A, and this is worth 4 points. The student had a D in 1-3-credit class, and that is worth 1 point. And lastly, the student had a C in 1-2-credit class, and that is worth 2 points. So now you go to the third column and you want to multiply the count by their respective value. So this gives you 6, 6, 6, 12, 3, 4. Now we need to get a total quality point. So you're going to add all these values. So that will give the top part of the fraction. So if you add all these values up, that gives you 37. We need to find the bottom part of the fraction by summing the count. Okay, you get a total count by adding all the credit hours, and that gives you 14. And now to determine the mean grade point for this student, the mean grade point score for this student, you're going to divide 37 by 14, and this gives you 2.6 when rounded to 1 decimal place. All right, thanks for listening.